Labour activist expelled for verbally attacking a Jewish MP as Jeremy Corbyn launched an anti-Semitism report is campaigning to be reinstated by the party. Left-winger Marc Wadsworth, expelled in April, has embarked on a high-profile nationwide speaking tour called JUSTICE for Marc, with 5 events held so far and at least 9 more planned. Mr. Wadsworth was expelled after accusing Labour MP Ruth Smeeth of working hand-in-hand with the Daily Telegraph. He made the comments during the launch of Baroness Chakrabarty's anti-Semitism report in 2016. Mr. Wadsworth, a former TV and radio reporter and presenter, told Sky News he had faced an injustice and that he has spent a lifetime campaigning against racism. He was the founder member of the Anti-Racist Alliance and was involved in anti-racist campaigns involving the murdered teenager Stephen Lawrence. Mr. Wadsworth emphasized that he was not expelled from the Labour Party over anti-Semitism, but under what he calls a draconian rule that covers bringing the party into disrepute. It's interesting that a Vox political poll of more than 3,000 people showed 94% of them were against my expulsion, he said. I've received huge public support and am currently doing a numbered JUSTICE for Marc national speaking tour. His tour and campaign for reinstatement are backed by the left-wing activist groups Grassroots Black Left, Labour Against the Witch Hunt, Jewish Voice for Labour and the Labour Representation Committee, as well as members of the Corbyn-supporting Momentum organization. Mr. Wadsworth and his supporters have launched a crowdfunding campaign, www.justic4marc.uk, to finance his tour, which in the past week has taken him to Liverpool, Chester, Birmingham, Bristol, and Swansea. Next he goes to Sheffield, Manchester, where the pro-Corbyn left-wing MP Chris Williamson will speak in support, and Whitstable in Kent. More meetings in Cambridge, Edinburgh, Hastings, Glasgow, Leicester, and Nottingham are also planned. Besides fighting for Mr. Wadsworth's reinstatement, the campaign also aims to support others unjustly excluded, suspended, or expelled from the Labour Party, and says it will work with them to achieve fair outcomes. Speaking on 27 April, after Labour announced his expulsion following a disciplinary hearing, Mr. Wadsworth condemned the decision as a travesty and claimed Mr. Corbyn doesn't see that I did anything wrong. Mr. Williamson, who attended the disciplinary hearing and appeared as a character witness for Mr. Wadsworth, said he was astonished by the verdict and added, "It flies in the face of the evidence that was presented and offends against the principles of natural justice." But Ms. Smeeth, who was escorted to the hearing by dozens of Labour MPs when she gave evidence, said after the verdict, "Abuse, bullying and intimidation have no place in our movement, as today's announcement has proven. I hope that this decision represents the first step towards a return to the values of decency and respect throughout the Labour Party." Announcing Mr. Wadsworth's expulsion, a Labour spokesman said, "The National Constitutional Committee (NCC) of the Labour Party has found that 2 charges of a breach of the Labour Party's Rule 2.1.8 by Marc Wadsworth have been proven. This rule states, no member of the party shall engage in conduct which in the opinion of the NEC, National Executive Committee, is prejudicial, or in any act which in the opinion of the NEC is grossly detrimental to the party. It includes actions which might reasonably be seen to demonstrate hostility or prejudice based on age, disability, gender reassignment or identity, marriage and civil partnership, pregnancy and maternity, race, religion or belief, sex, or sexual orientation." The clause adds that these include incidents involving racism, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia or otherwise racist language, sentiments, stereotypes or actions, sexual harassment, bullying or any form of intimidation towards another person on the basis of a protected characteristic.